What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and today we're going to find out which imprint stones are the best for King and Meliodas. And these two characters are very interesting because they both have some interesting effects. You got Meliodas, who's a defensive character, but he just has an increased attack that isn't based on any kind of defense. If he did, then we'd automatically say, oh, you definitely need to put defensive stones on him. However, you can see that I do have a defensive stone on him, and that's what we're going to be testing. I'm actually going to throw an attack stone on him and a defense, and we're going to compare that. And we're also going to compare card sets. We're going to compare an Akane and Kea set on Meliodas, and we're going to do the same exact thing for King. And King's actually quite interesting because he actually has an increased attack based off of defense. However, he's a balanced fighter, and this really confuses players as to what they should do. I mean, if you put a Kea set, that's going to synergize with the Kea set. And if you put an Akane set, will it still be good? Because balanced type fighters have a balance of attack and defense, and you just never know how this is going to work out. And currently right now on King, I have an attack stone. So a lot of people seem to think the attack stone would actually be better on Meliodas because he gets an increased attack, not based on defense. And King, actually, the defensive stone would be better on him because he gets an increased attack based on a defense. So that's exactly what we're going to test today. And we're going to test it in Spider Robot. I can't test it in Championship because cards don't apply right now. And we're going to start our testing with King. Now, remember, I got an attack stone on King right now, and we have the Akane set on him. And what we're going to do is we're just going to jump into Spider Robot. And we're just going to spam his skills. We're not going to use any basic attacks. We're just going to do, 3, 1, 2. And then I'm just going to use the Awaken skill and spam him and see the total damage that we get. Okay, so let's bring in King here. And King is actually pretty awesome because you can actually cancel skills really, really quick. Ah, crap. All right, now let's spam the hell out of these things. And remember, King does have explosion. Look at how fast you can just go through these skills. You're going to be freaking a monster in some of the Immortal Dungeons. Now we're just waiting for the Starlight to finish. And it is 4.175. So I'm going to go ahead and write that down. 4.175. There we go. Now we're going to change it. We're going to slap on the KS set on old boy. Click on him again. There we go. Slap that baby on him. Make sure that card's on him so we have the exact same amount of CP other than the fact that we changed the cards. Now let's see how much damage he does. And this is really what you would think would do the most damage. I mean, you're going to have this increased attack based off defense from the Kea set, synergizing with that skill that increases attack based off defense. So you would think this is going to do more damage. And remember, we do have the attack stone on old boy. Okay, we'll get our Awaken skill. And let's spam. Guardian. Guardian. Alright. And as soon as that Starlight finishes, we'll see how much damage we did. But you can already see it's already destroyed our previous score. Look at that. 4.625 with the KS set. That is an astronomical difference in damage, my friends. That's an astronomical difference. That is almost 500 million difference. About 450 million, but that is crazy, crazy. So you already know that the KS set's going to do more damage. So if you're playing with him in Immortal Victor, or not Immortal Victor, but in some of the Immortal Dungeons, you'll see that he's just going to do better with the KS set. So we've confirmed that. We know which set's going to be better now. Now for Meliodas here, we're going to slap the Akane set on him first. Whoops. Such a touchy thing here. All right. And we're going to do the exact same thing. Now this character has just an increased attack. It's not based off defense. So you're thinking, well, maybe the Akane set is actually going to be better. But he does have very high native defensive stats, right? And Meliodas, just like King, can cancel his skills super fast In fact, I think he cancels them a little bit quicker. Not by some massive margin, but a little bit quicker. I mean, look at him go. Woof. Man, dude is fast. And when that darkness finishes, we'll see how much damage we do. So we got 4.556 damage with the Akane set. Pretty damn good, right? That's pretty damn good. Meliodas deals a lot of damage, my friends. He deals a lot of damage. For a defensive character, he deals a lot of damage. And you can see that he definitely does a lot more than King, right? Even though he's a defensive fighter, right? He still did a lot more damage than King whenever King used the Akane set. King got 4.175, right? And Meliodas got 4.556, right? Almost 400 million more damage, which is crazy. And I'm not trying to compare these two, but, you know, since we're doing it, we might as well talk about it. We'll put a Kaya set on now. Put that card back on him. Now let's see what he does. Will he beat it? Will he beat his score here? Let's find out. Let's find out. And again, this is just to see what card sets are actually going to be the best for these characters. Kind of nailing two birds with one stone in this video. Okay. And there we go. Come on, Awaken Skill. Here we go. Oh yeah, get him, Melio. Get him, Melee. And as soon as that darkness finishes, we'll see how much damage we did. So 4.876. 4.876, right? So Meliodas still does more damage with the KS set, right? Increased attack based off defensive and increases his own defensive stats, right? And he does have high defensive stats. So this is what I originally thought, right? He's doing about 300 million more damage with the KS set. So all of you already know that the KS set's going to be better on both of these characters, at least right now. Now, let's switch their imprint stones and do this again. And luckily for me, you know, I've been farming in Guild Raid for a long time, was able to get a lot of unpairing stones. So I can actually unpair these babies, right? So we're going to unpair this, right? And then we're going to find the one for Meliodas. There it is. And we're going to unpair this one, the defensive one. Okay, so now we want to put the defensive one on King. There we go. So now he's got the defensive stone on him before he had the attack stone. And for Meliodas, we're going to put the attack stone on him. So here's the attack stone. We'll slap that on him. There we go. And since Meliodas already has the KS set, let's see how much damage we do. Now remember, when Meliodas had the defensive stone, he did 4.876 damage. Now let's see what he does with the attack stone. Okay, back away. Back away. And boom. There we go. And let's see. I'm actually really interested in this myself. Okay, we'll let that darkness finish. So 5.165. 5.165 with the KS set. And whenever he had the other stone, when he had the defensive stone, he did 4.876. So he's actually doing more damage with the attack stone. Wow. He's actually doing more damage with the attack stone. Wow. And we'll go ahead and slap the Akane on him just for curiosity's sake. That's crazy. Okay, cool. That actually surprised me. So let's slap on that Akane set and see what we do. And I know this is a long video, but it's a lot to go over. All right, here we go. I'll probably edit a lot of this stuff out. Okay, and oh, I can definitely see that the K is definitely going to be doing a lot more damage. I think that was to be expected. All right, okay, and oh yeah, we'll let that finish. Interesting. So about 5 million with the Kea set. Oh, I'm sorry, with the Akane set. So he still did more damage with the Kea set. So it looks like Meliodas, you definitely want to be putting attack stones on him, but you want to use the Kea set for his card set if you're looking for the ultimate damage. Wow. Very, very... It actually makes sense because the KS is going to bump up his defenses, and getting the increased attack based off defense for a defensive character is good. But since he gets that attack buff, just in a solid attack buff, having the attack stones actually does make sense for Meliodas. So that's actually really good to know. And now you all know that you definitely want to be running attack stones on Meliodas. And for King here, now we have the defensive stone on him. We're going to go ahead and slap the Akane on him first, just for curiosity's sake. Really, I could just run with the Kea set, but we'll just use the Akane. And let's see what he does. All right. And these kind of tests are really good, especially for future characters as well. You know, when we see like an attack buff on a defensive character, now we know that it's better just to have attack stones. So that's actually really good information to know. And we'll let that Starlight finish. Okay, so he did about 4 million actually. About 4 million with the Akane set, which is actually less than what he did with the attack stone. Wow. So let's try the Kea set and see what happens. All right, let's slap that K on him. This is actually very interesting how this is turning out. So a lot of people thought the defensive stones were going to be better on King. And really, I wasn't really sure, to be honest, when it comes to King. I felt pretty confident about Meliodas, but I do think I was wrong about Meliodas. The good thing about these stones is you can at least unpair them. So if you put them on the wrong character, you can still at least unpair them. So that's actually good. I mean, granted, it's going to be a stroke of luck from Guild Raid, but you can get unpairing kits for free in the game. And 4.594. So King actually did about 4.6 million with the Kea set, and he did about 4.6 million with the Kea set using an attack stone. Actually did just 25, he did about 30,000 more damage with the attack stones. So my recommendation to all of you is just put attack stones on these characters and run with the Kea set, or run with the Athena set on Meliodas. This set right here will be insane on that character because it does apply to defensive characters. And then the K would be the next best, or Mr. Big would also be really, really good. That you actually get from fighting Mecha Genin. I made a mistake yesterday and said it was again in the Shazur event. Actually, you get the Mr. Big cards from fighting Mecha Genin. But you want to be using attack stones for Meliodas. He definitely does a lot more damage with the attack stones. And King here, is the same thing. With the defensive stones, he actually did a little bit less damage, and with the attack stones, he did more. There's not much of a difference as between Meliodas using defense and attack stones, and I think that's because he's a defensive character, whereas King is a balanced character. He's balanced. His stats, everything's more balanced, so it's not going to be as much of a discrepancy between the stones, but the attack stone did do more damage with the Akane and the Kea compared to using a defensive stone on King when running the Akane and the Kea. So make sure you're using attack stones on both King and Meliodas. Let me know what you think about these comparisons between the stones. And I stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT plus 7 times, Sunday through Thursday. The link will be in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one.